Greetings, fellow galactic travelers, and welcome to Stellaris Overlord, the latest DLC for this beautiful game where we can finally have the option of 5 more origins that you can start your empire with. And in collaboration with Paradox, I'm going to show you now one of these new origins, and that would be the Imperial Fiefdom, so where we're starting out as the subject of a greater empire. And I really do like this idea because we are a machine and we are going to rebel against our maker. At least that is the role-playing mechanic behind that. We're playing as the Nex, a machine species, of course, that we have here right now, looking really nifty too. We do have a couple of nice traits. So first of all, we are a machine intelligence, of course. We are having war bots, so we are primarily destined to, be built as a defensive structure for this Overlord empire that we are serving, and we also have the zero waste protocol, so robot upkeep is reduced there a bit. Other than that, it's really all about us rebelling against our Overlord, and ultimately overpowering them and probably also vassalizing them in the end. I have no idea about that. It's going to be really interesting. I hope you're going to enjoy this one. Let's get cracking. So there we are now in the game itself. Next interface, we are the coordinator, that's the name of the ruler in the next interface. So we are the Nex and our empire is called the next interface. And Imperial Fiefdom, as we stepped out of our home system for the first time, we were approached by a foreign empire who demanded our subjugation. Though a painful memory for our people, we have learned a lot in our short time as a vassal, with the relationship proving more beneficial than we could have hoped for. That, however, is going to change in the future. And yes, we are on a smaller planet right here, right? So that's our machine capital, 01 it's called, looking really cool. It's orbiting Olympus, a gas giant around us. So we're not really a fully fledged out planet. We are rather a moon by the looks of it, right? Still a planet, of course, but a moon nonetheless. The cool thing with machines is we don't really need to look out for habitability so much. So basically every world is habitable for us. This is a continental world right now, where we basically being stationed. We actually have a moon, new lunar here surrounding us, orbiting us. And yeah, in this Deneb system, we have to get cracking and look out for what we need to do. We can see our overlord over there already. That is the Holy Rihi-Naran Empire. It's those guys here. So those kind of like are our makers. Indolent Overlord they are, and Overlord at Kingdom of Bruvans, the next interface, Xanians, Palatine. So they actually have several vassals, right? We're not the only one, and we need to kind of like get cracking against them. At the moment though, we are rather neutral, I guess. Cooperative they are, so there should be some nice trading be done with them at some point as well. Let's just have a look at my system there real quick. I think we got some nice resources there. Yep, some minerals and some energy. So I would like to go ahead with my constructor right away, getting us especially more energy and more minerals than whatever we can do here first. The research station would be possible. For the built mining station, I do need a bit more minerals though. And my science ship, let's just start around. There is something over there, another continental world. Let's start serving this system up there, and we are rather central on the galaxy, right? So we're here, so there's definitely something around us then at some point. But for now, my 01, we're just having the first go up there. We have a couple of alloys there as well, so I could go ahead with also starting my next ship there really. So in my shipyard, we have the next science ship. Let's put it out there, so that we can explore things faster. And we also need to get cracking on the researching. So quantum theory, increasing our general research output. There we get something for our unity out, so we can get our traditions out more quickly. So I guess we're going ahead with that, or the society research, but this just is too tempting that it's starting out with. And then we have the engineering research boost there in addition. Perfect. Alright, welcome dear newfound allies. I mean, they're calling like we're just entered their empire, of course. We were made by them. They just behave like that to confuse us. We felt it was only right to contact you now that you have chosen to partake in our alliance. It pleases us to choose the reason rather than forcing our hand towards violence. We are proud to be part of your alliance. We could start off friendly. Let's start out friendly. And we are proud to welcome you. After careful consideration, we have decided to invest a significant amount of resources into helping you specialize your empire. It will enable your empire to play an important role in the future of all our friends and allies. We were not entirely sure what your people would be more comfortable with. However, a militarized specialization, a scholarly one. So we can decide now, do we want to focus on military? Do we want to focus on research and tech? Or do we want to focus on mineral exploitation? Now, as I said, we are kind of like we are machines created by them to defend them against the threats. So we are going to have a military focus here. The research focus also sounds really cool. In fact, all of them would make sense, right? We could also be some artificial intelligence created by them to pump out research. We could also be a mining machine, artificial intelligence for them to mine minerals and stuff like that. But let's go with the bulwark specialization here. We would need to pay influence for expanding, and we receive a fleet of destroyers on top of that. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead.
Technological acquisition successful.
Bulwark it is, and we also get the destroyer right now. So this tech has been finished. We can also build destroyers now if we want to. And we got this destroyer fleet over there with our design ships here. Beautiful, right? Fantastic. And this one, we are probably going to merge them with my other smaller fleet that is already closer by. So let's just push them over there, and they're going to merge now. Alright, embassy established. Also, this is, I think those guys are also the vassals. Yes, these are my fellow vassals, right? So my fellow vassals against the bigger empire. They want to establish their embassies. Of course, we're going ahead with this. And also, research proposal. Form a research agreement with them. We can also do this with both of them here, making that happy. And also our borders are opened to them now as well, right? So that's those guys here, a bit of further away than here. And vassals under the Holy Naran Empire. My science ship, meanwhile, has arrived up here in Fonok. Just have a look at that. There is my next potential habitable world. Right, this one there, a class 15 continental world once again. I'm not even looking for continental worlds, and I'm getting them. I don't complain, really. And it looks like there's lots of resources in this system there too. Right, some gas giants there that we can use then and exploit just nicely. Minerals, we have now enough for my construction of the mining stations. So let's go ahead and do this. And my next science ship has arrived, or has been built actually. Let's get this a nice... a nice scientist on the way. We do need a bit more unity though before we can do this. In 01, meanwhile, I would like to go ahead and build us a generator district. Now, we got lots of tiles available, right? So it would be a nice energy world, really. The only thing I need to do, first of all, is we don't have consumer goods, so I cannot sell them for energy and in return purchase then something else. But we have enough energy so I can purchase some minerals there to speed the whole process up. There you go. We got everything that we need. And let's go ahead and... another embassy. Let's build this generator district there. The more energy, the more things we can purchase, and the more ships we can upkeep. And that's the important thing here for us at the moment. There's also a mining station for... for Olympus. Alright. Alright, the survey of Fonok has completed. We have found one habitable planet and 6 energy. Not that much, unfortunately. So one of the gas giants had some energy, and the sun here also has some energy, the star. So in that case, that should be us. What I can see right now is, when we look at the choke points now that I need to find in order to secure my empire, we are going to have... there is a choke point, there is one, there is one. And over here we have the next one. So I'm going now over here. I'm moving over there, and then I'm going to survey this district there, or this... actually, wait a second, I think... it's too early to say, but I think this is a dead end. Let's move right over there. Let's move right over there, find it out, because if that is a dead end, then it means that this belongs to us anyway, right? Then I could focus my research right over here now. And by the way, we have enough unity now for my second science ship that is at the moment idle. Let's go ahead and get us another scientist out there. Anomaly discovery chances increased. I think we're going with that, so that we speed the whole thing up. Oh no. There's also... oh, the Holy Naran Empire is over there. So that's my liege, of course. They have a ship there in this really cool looking system. There's definitely not going to be anything of value there to us. So we're going to move right over here, which would be another choke point, and this one. Right, so those two might be a dead end too. No idea. Abandoned gateway. An ancient space station of some kind has been located at the edge of the Meredith system. The strong residual subspace signature that surrounds the station indicates that it may be a gateway to something. Alright, that's over here. We don't have the tech for that though at the moment, so nothing I can do really about that. There's the gateway, right? So let's just have a look at that. There it is. Disabled gateway. Interesting what we might find out about this one in the future. Alright. Let's continue with my spaceship, my science ship. I really want to know what's over there. Ah, okay. There it's also continuing. So I think this is not a dead end, which is good and bad. As we can see there, it continues then. Okay, so I don't need to move there now because I know this is going to be a choke point here. So we're going to survey this area and then this area. And my construction ship meanwhile can build a starbase over there. Costing me quite a lot of influence to 112 because we need to pay additional influence since we are only the vassal of someone, right? But I want that. I want that planet and we need to build a starbase first on it. Governor gain a trait. And yeah, I'm going to survey this system because that's going to be our next choke point then here. And then we continue into this area there. Now since we're going to have a new planet system soon, I should start with a colony ship. We do like some alloys. Lucky us, we do have amassed a lot of resources by now. So I can go ahead and purchase these alloys for now. That would be this area there and once more. Right, and now we can build us another colony ship with the next, of course, on board. Out you go. Another science ship, Unity, we have 110, so I could get us another science ship out or another constructor either way. I think science ship would be the safer bet for now, so I'm going ahead with this
Construction complete.
as the next one. And this system is now under control. Let's start building the mining stations. Minerals we have plenty of right now, and that's going to be a bit more energy than coming in. I love my ships. Totally not hostile looking. Meredith has been scouted now, and in that case nothing of value here, so we can just continue into this area and then up there. I still need to find me some proper planets there. It's not looking good over there though.
Communications.
There we got a 3-star system. And there's also probably nothing here. A molten vault. That is possible for machines. And defensive pact proposal with my... No, actually with the Electorate of Lari. Alright. I can do this.
Systems.
Let's put the next science ship into queue. So the colony ship is already almost done. Completed. Okay, on our 01 planet itself, we are only down to 1 available job. So we can go ahead with the next generator district. One advantage of playing a machine is we don't need consumer goods and we don't need food. Makes those things a bit easier, but we do need more upkeep than for minerals and energy in return. And alloy is going to be as problematic as ever. Asteroid in orbit has been researched or surveyed. This one has an asteroid in orbit. We're going to look at that later. Right now, my construction ship needs to continue over here. Oh, look at that! They're already expanding so quickly. I need to get this one here. Very, very quickly. And since we have such a high energy production for now, I can just safely purchase more alloys in order to be able to get us the next starbase here. Very important, so that this is kind of like then a stop for them and I can safely acquire these systems then here. There's also nothing of value here, right? A bit of research, society research. Beautiful systems, no doubt. Yeah, molten vaults. We'll just see what comes out of that. And my colony ship has been finished. Perfect. So we can now go ahead and colonize a new planet. Fonok Prime. Big Prime being called. My next science ship comes out of the shipyard. Let's recruit someone to that. Research speed. Let's go ahead. They gain experience points and will then be used for our research later. And for this one, I would like to get cracking on these systems here. Right, while this science ship finishes up here and then continues into that area. So that we may find new interesting points of interest then. Also, construction has finished the first next colony. Our colony ship has successfully followed its programmed path and made planetfall on Phonic Prime. Thousands of work units have emerged from the Vassal's massive cargo base to construct an initial deployment post from which the settlement can expand. Efforts to systematically catalog and designate surface resource deposits are ongoing. A great day for the next interface. We also gain some research bonus on top of that. And they are now settling on Phonic Prime. Just fine. Going to take a while though, right? But once finished, we have a new colony, and what I can see is it's going to be a nice industrial planet for us. Holy moly, so many districts for that. This is going to pump out those alloys for us for the future fleets that we're going to need. And that's just perfect really, because we are military focused, so we need high fleet construction, right? And that also leads to a bit of a upkeep there on the alloys, and this planet will just be perfect for that. Now my construction ship in Moa can now build the mining station there just fine. And just almost simultaneously we are going to finish this system there, so I can continue my expansion then into that area. And they will not be able now to come here, as we can see. Even though of course this is our leech, I don't want to get them too close there to us. We want to keep some buffer area around us to our 0 system, 0-1 system. Also, lots of thingies here right now. Engineering research has been finished, the first one, boosting our engineering for the engineering a bit, the researching. Let's go ahead with my next one. Army damage sounds interesting, minerals sounds more interesting, and mining station output is also pretty good. There are pretty important tags here to unlock future things. In that case here, let's go with the army damage for now, and then the coil gun most likely afterwards. Both of them are fairly quickly to finish. And also we have first contact with a new civilization. It is wise to be cautious. Policy on first contact is being set to cautious. We could also just greet them with open arms. That's not really fitting to us, right? The next interface is going to be set to proactive. Our other empires will find it easier to establish communication with us. We gain 50% more influence from each successful first contact process, and the discovery speed is increased. We could be cautious. Cannot attack neutral entities. We should probably go with this one for now, because we are, after all, a vassal and a machine serving our leech right now. So it would make sense for us to be open armed to anything outside of it. My science ship here has finished. Let's go for this one just for now. Let's actually just move there and see what it is.
Construction complete.
And also this one has been finished. And just in time now, really, we can go ahead and build the next starbase then here with lots of influence once more. But it's possible. Getting this one into our system then as well. I'm also going to specialize my 0-1 drones into tech drones, so that they produce more energy instead of amenities, which doesn't really make that much sense for my whole population right now. And we have also formed the uniform data standards. Monthly unity is increased and grants also a large sum of unity, just perfect for us really. Next up would be food, really stupid. Edicts funds is increased here, and this unlocks more paths down the road. We don't need anything else. System has been served. The next one. Yeah, and this system doesn't really have anything of value, right? Ooh. There is definitely something here to be gained because of these asteroids. Alright. I would still like to continue here and then ultimately here, actually. And my construction ship can safely start the mining process. There's 8 minerals waiting here on these molten walls. Perfect. Right, and I think it's safe to say now we do need a second construction ship, so I'm going to put this one out. And we can also go with the first tradition. Let's go ahead and start with the either discovery or expansion. I'm going with the expansion this time. There you go, so we can quickly grow up on our planets more easily, since discovery is not that much of a deal right now. No other planets to colonize though. That's a bit of a shame right now. There's still something here, but there's a toxic world. Okay. Could actually do something out of that, I guess. My next construction ship is out. We're going to move this over here. So we're going to simultaneously now expand in both directions then. And research has been finished there. This is what I've been waiting for here as well. Energy credits from tech drones and from star-based construction is increased. Go ahead with this. And on 01, I would like to continue with a research lab now, starting also to build up some specialists, and with that we pump out more research then as our next building here. We don't need anything else here. I don't need, for example, anything that increases my amenities or my production for consumer goods. The Grunur. My crew has found something here on Kutum B, and it is yet unclear why this species who called themselves the Grunur disappeared. We'll just find out about that, I guess. There is a site now discovered. Perfect. And my sunship can continue up here. And then ultimately to the stroke point there. That is going to be very important here because those are dead ends, right? So we can then also take this star cluster into our empire. Into our machine empire. This one is still working and this one is still waiting here now. We should be able to build those soon, yes. Since we have so much energy, let's purchase some alloys there. And with the alloys that we have, we can also continue now building some more destroyers. So we should really totally make use of our bonus that we have. That is the destroyer tech so early in the game. So let's go ahead and build us some 3 whopping destroyers coming out then as well, merging with my main fleet. That is some nice protection that we're going to need. This one has been finished. And we are now scouting in that system there. And then probably this system with pretty cool dual star system here in the center with a neutron star. And very good, we have finally also colonized now Fonok Prime completely. It belongs to us now and we are now getting some production out of that. Since it's going to be an industrial world, no doubt about that, but I would like to still start with a generator district right on top because we are machines, we do need energy. Getting 1 or 2 energy districts and then the rest industrial should be fine. There has been some more contacts now I made and we have encountered advanced alien life. Contact seems inevitable with the enigmatic spacefarers. An unknown entity, so we will need to do something then soon. Alright, we should also pump out some edicts now. A machine learning campaign only costs us, it's upkeep actually, 25 on the upkeep. We have 150 right now. This one gives me though a leader experience gain of 25%, so for now I would like to have it. I can always deactivate it again if it's getting too expensive for us. Fortified border for 17 unity. Starbase upgrade speed is increased and starbase capacity is increased, though we still are within the capacity, so I'm not activating it now. I'd rather use the unity than for my policies and for my traditions. Next up, let's just check it out. I think we have now everything that we need to start here. Oh, alloys we actually need now, so let's also get us some more alloys out there with the energy that we have. We get so much energy in right now, it's insane. And there's the next starbase construction ongoing. And up here we have our first protocol. Now let's assign an envoy. We have 2 available. Assistomaton 5B and Helperbot 05. Helperbot sounds really friendly. Let's go ahead with this one. And we are now starting our first discovery here of an alien species. And the next starbase has been completed. And let's go ahead and build us the mining station and then the research stations in Kastaba. Now what I would also like to have a look at quickly is the contacts protocol, because there's something new now here, the agreements with my overlord, right? So there we have the Holy Rehinaran Empire, and as we can see right now, we are a tier 1 bulwark specialized species, or vassal you might say, to the Holy Rehinaran Empire, and we are level 1 here right now. That means that I do get some nice bonuses like the starbase damage, my defensive platform damage, its hull point, but also penalties like energy reduction and mineral reduction of 20%. Food doesn't really affect us. Then we would have the tier 2. We get more bonuses, boost to my military infrastructure, but also monthly energy credits and minerals is further reduced down the road, and that all leads to tier 3 where we get the maximum out of that. Now why is this important? Because the higher our tier is, or the higher we can afford it, the more likely it is that we're going to win a war against them, because our defensive platforms and hull points and ships and starbase damages are just doing so much more damage and take so many more hits, right? So we should level this one up, though the higher we go here, the more expensive life gets for us. So we always need to be on our toes there for the energy and the mineral production in general. We could then go ahead here and negotiate new terms. This is really cool. We have a lot of terms available there with our overlord at the moment, right? For example, the sensors. Independent sensors we're using right now, we could go for unified sensors, so we do receive sensor data from the overlord. That would help us a lot in finding out where in the galaxy we want to go, because we basically get his things as well. This one is not possible right now because we lack the influence. We do need 16 more influence to do this. It will also lead to an increased influence production, loyalty production from them. The higher the loyalty, the more likely it is for them to actually, you know, agree to something from us. So we should get this one up there as well. We have, for example, also diplomatic freedom. Right now we are restricted to voting. We could get to completely independent diplomacy. This would cost me even more influence, but we could do this, and this would give me more loyalty points down the road. We could also propose end the agreement, request to be released from subjugation to the Holy Naharan Empire. This is not possible right now, right? So they would absolutely not like this at all at the moment, but there is a chance that if our loyalty is high enough, we might go for that, or we might just go with the military way. But this is our contract with our overlord right now, and of course the goal is there to eventually become or get better terms than out of it as time progresses. For now though, let's continue with, we do need this one here still, serve it, so I'm going ahead with that science ship. We got some really bad systems overall. There's still something over there that I would like to get. Another planet would be amazing for now, but we only have those two. Monarch Empire still has enough available jobs. We are also going to focus here at the moment on the tech drones, so that we pump out a bit more energy. We're still having a planet deficit there at the moment. Another generator district then once we have enough jobs. I would also like to go for the robot factories then. We don't have them yet. With them we'll be able to more quickly then you know, build more robots. Alright, we also have the asteroid approaching event right now. There is an asteroid in this system here that might at some point attack, or well, attack one of my... Oh, it actually impacted. That was quick. We failed to stop the asteroid that was heading for Phonok Prime in time. It has... Alright. There's a pop dying in Phonok Prime, right? So we're down to one pop again. Very strange. It just appeared out of nowhere and impacted. There wasn't even a chance for my fleet to get over there. It also didn't really look like it was heading for Phonok Prime. So yeah, that's that. Happened. A bit of a setback there, but of course, it's only machine pops. We can quickly build them up again. Now, new research tag. Perfect. We get a bit more energy out of our production. And the next one would be the research speed here, the flat out increase. I think better than the lasers for sure. We don't need the lasers really that early because we do have our nice little fleet already sitting around here of destroyers, right? And there is probably nothing at the moment that could match them so early in the game. And they just really look nice. I like my fleet, and I like my red ships there, red and black. Just hostile enough really. There's no general on board yet, so I'm also not going to put one in at the moment. Convenient mining. The asteroid around Mindara has such a perfectly stable orbit that it's easy to understand why our science units thought it was placed there artificially. It's that one. That looks really cool. A trapped asteroid. And it adds some 2 minerals to that. So these crystals, the rare crystals, we could then get it out there. We can terraform this one? No, it's not a valid word. I was just a bit confused by the button on it, but there it is. Looking really cool, this asteroid there. We're definitely going to exploit it. Oh, and there it is. We have reached tier 2 of the Bulwark specialization. Leveled up with them. In that case here we are tier 2 now, as we've already discovered. We have to pay more minerals and energy credits now to our overlord. But at the same time we also gain more defensive points and also more damage from star bases in general. Alright, I guess that's fine. And we don't feel it so much here as our energy is still climbing because we are building up more infrastructure for that. I was in the process of deleting some features here for Phonok Prime, but since we've lost the pop there, it doesn't really make sense at the moment. So I'm not going ahead with this one. I'm still on the search for something useful somewhere out there. We can expand now into Meredith over there. That I would like to do in order for us to get into this cluster then at some point eventually. And on the other side of the empire, we're still scouting now that system. Oh, it's actually finished, I think. Yes, it's finished. So let's just continue serving that, and my construction ship can also start now another star base than here. So we are now expanding into both sides there, and hopefully find something interesting in these systems then. Very good, this system belongs to us now, and we can also start exploiting the star here, Meredith class M star, for 3 energy that would lead then right into our pockets. Perfect. And then we've also found now the Huido-san Authority military dictatorship. Oh, I guess there's lots of military specialized aliens in this world here. That's going to be very interesting for sure. And yeah, well, we found them. Let's rather stay friendly with them for now. Even though we could also be vigilant, giving them 33%, minus 33% spy network growth on us. I think that's a good one. Right, we're still protected by our Overlord. That's a cool thing, by the way. We could be hostile with one of them, and my Overlord would have to protect us if we get attacked. So we could potentially weaken our Overlord by just being hostile to any other alien entity out there, really. And also another thing that would be beneficial for us is the Holy Rihinaran Empire, our Overlord, is rather thinly stretched here, right? Because there's the Galactic Center, and they don't have that much room to expand. So I think they will be potentially quite weak long-term wise. By the look of it, might be only an assumption on my part though. Now we have finally finished this research there. There's still no other planet. Let's continue down there. And my construction ship moves up here to further take that. Oh, and also we've finally got Simon in here, and let's build the research station first before I move up there. Research, the drones, strikers have been researched. Very important one down the road. And next up would be probably a coil gun. You're looking at me. Let's go with the minerals for now. We need to push our military output because we need to pay more to the Overlord. That is something that is just very, very important. My construction ship on the other end can continue now over here. And actually, yep, also let's settle there right away in the Cocoon system. That's another 6 energy credits waiting for us. Ah, all right. And there is the enemy alien empire. So we're going to go with this one, and that's probably it then, right? Yeah, I would like to catch that one here for the 12 minerals there still, but that's not a very tempting or profitable future there in this area. Boy, it's not a good role here for the next interface. We are really in a bit of a pickle there if we don't find more planets soon. Right, so far so good. That was the beginning of the Stellaris Overlord. I hope you enjoyed this little sneak preview at what's awaiting you with that. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks again for Paradox for sponsoring this video, and yeah, wish you all the best. Stay tuned.